Commission on the Studies of Women, the Vice President and Minister of Women's Affairs, Dr. Aissatou Seri, presided over a series of meetings and events hosted in her honor by foreign diplomats from Nigeria and Taiwan at the Nigeria House in midweek. Vice President Njai Seri held talks with the Nigerian Minister of Women's Affairs, Minister Haja Zainab Maina. The two officials and their delegations later convened a multi-sectoral meeting where experts provided technical analysis on the various instruments in the draft CSW57 document, which is being formulated during the United Nations meeting. Both Madam Njai Seri and Haja Maina spoke of the importance of domesticating some of the more contentious and critical issues in the document and tailor-made it to suit African countries and the cultures of Africans. The Gambia's experience in properly adopting the CEDAW document was something the Nigerian Senate Chair on Judiciary, Senator Umaru Dahiru, says his country must learn in order to ensure that women's rights issues are put in their proper perspectives. Later in the week, the Vice President and Minister of Women's Affairs and delegation received at the Gambian mission a delegation comprising Gambians in New York and other areas in the United States, prominent among them the Imam of Bronx Islamic Cultural Center, Abdullah Bajaha, who held the leadership in Banjul for what he calls the dynamic transformation of the lives of the people of the Gambia. Imam Bajaha urged Gambians both at home and in the diaspora to stand together and help pull in the same direction in developing the country. The meeting with the Vice President also provided the representatives of Gambians in the United States the opportunity to inform the Vice President about some of the few problems they are facing. Addressing the delegation, the Vice President implored Gambians in the diaspora to be law-abiding in their countries of residence while urging them to continue to look back home and take part in the positive developments taking place in the Gambia. Other speakers at the meeting included the Gambia's permanent representative to the UN, David Darrell Tommy, and prominent APRC party supporter in the United States, Pa Boto Sane, and a host of others. The Vice President rounded up what was a rather very busy week with meetings with potential investors who discussed with her plans of investing in the Gambia. Members of a consortium that specializes in agricultural production, construction, water purification, and cybersecurity and surveillance networking say they have had a fruitful discussion with the Gambian Vice President and are hopeful of traveling to Banjul to work out details of actualizing their objectives of investing in the Gambia. Earlier on Saturday, one Gabriel Christian, attorney at law, a Dominican, also met with Madam Njai Seri. After holding discussions with the Vice President, Christian, who leads a group that focuses on chocolate production, agricultural production, told our reporter Babkar Senghor that his discussions with the Vice President gave him and his group some valuable insights into how they will go into starting up a viable business in the Gambia. Members of the Health Journalists Association, with support from UNAIDS, have undergone a two-day sensitization program on tuberculosis and HIV/AIDS. July Baji reports the training for the journalists from different media houses forms part of the group's efforts to ensure an effective and efficient reporting of HIV/AIDS and TB, among other health issues.
The Law Students Debate and Advocacy Association was established in October 2011. Its main preoccupation is to promote academic excellence by way of improving the advocacy skills of members. Although it is one of the youngest associations in the UTG, the Law Students Debate and Advocacy Group has won the hearts and minds of both law students and non-law students alike due to its exciting programs geared towards building the capacities of members beyond the confines of the classroom. Speaking on behalf of the Acting Dean Faculty of Law, Johannes Boabeng Baido, who is also the association's coordinator, implored the association members to demonstrate a high sense of discipline and unity. He commended the law students for setting up a debate and advocacy association.
Initiatives like this is exactly what the country needs, and it's also exactly what the faculty needs. So I therefore call upon all of you who are sitting here that you get involved in one or two of these associations that will be coming up in the faculty as the year goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of your 4-year LLB, it's our sincere desire and hope as a faculty that you do not only go out of the faculty with good grades, but you go out of the four corners of the faculty with experience that cannot be obtained in the classroom. And that experience comes with joining associations like this.
The association's president paid tribute to one of the lecturers whom he said conceived the idea of setting up of the Debate and Advocacy Association in the faculty. He singled out that debate is one of the skills they need for their legal education at the university.
The UTG Faculty of Law Debate and Advocacy Association aims to provide a platform for structured, intelligent, and open debate and advocacy in an environment where students of the Faculty of Law will have the opportunity to express themselves both within the country and outside. In pursuit of this goal, the UTG Faculty of Law Debate and Advocacy Association seeks to create a platform for a competitive debate and advocacy with individuals and organizations both within and outside the faculty. Our aims are to establish a culture of dialogue and acceptance of others' opinion through promoting the values of society and its social and scientific aspect.
The guest speaker of the occasion described the move taken by the students in forming the Debate and Advocacy Association as significant. He challenged them to cherish the English language, noting that it is a tool of trade for lawyers, adding that with more training they will be able to develop the skill of argument.
A debate is not a VU argument. It's not the loudest voice that wins the argument. It's not the loudest person who wins the debate, but the person who supports his arguments with facts. All right? How do you do that? You must read. You must read as widely as possible. You must read as extensively as possible. As a law student, you don't just read or your law notes or your subjects, but you must read about economics. You must read about politics. You must read about sociology. You must read about anything in this world that can be formulated as a debate topic.
The ceremony also witnessed the presentation of certificates to individuals, institutions, and companies, as well as a debate by law students on the theme, "Can the European Union influence what goes around in the Gambia?"
And it's my sincere prayer that each and every student sitting here will also be empowered by what you are going to see here today. You will be empowered to take up a challenge. You'll be empowered to want to fill a gap that you see within the faculty. You'll be empowered to want to fill a gap that you see within the Gambia as a whole. The students of the law faculty are the ones that are going to be the future leaders of the Gambia. And initiatives like this is exactly what the country needs, and it's also exactly what the faculty needs. So I therefore call upon all of you who are sitting here that you get involved in one or two of these associations that will be coming up in the faculty as the year goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of your 4-year LLB, it's our sincere desire and hope as a faculty that you do not only go out of the faculty with good grades, but you go out of the four corners of the faculty with experience that cannot be obtained in the classroom. And that experience comes with joining associations like this. I'm sure if you ask the president and the executive members, they will tell you stories about how difficult or how straining it is to organize an event of this nature.
For GRTS News, I am Fatou Jassi.
Well, we apologize for bringing you the wrong story there. The one that was just aired relates to the launch of the UTG Debate and Advocacy Association held at the Law Faculty. Abdullah Baji now reports on the two-day meeting or training for Health Journalists Association in this report.
This forum on tuberculosis and HIV/AIDS comes at a time when International Women's Day celebrations is being held on the theme Ending Violence Against Women. Tuberculosis is said to be the leading cause of death among people living with HIV/AIDS. With this forum, health journalists are better poised to report and disseminate information relating to HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, amongst other health matters.
There has been major breakthroughs in the fight against HIV. That globally, new infections have fallen down, and globally, we have more people living with HIV than before. And I'm sure the initial reaction would be, but how can that be an achievement when you have more people living with HIV? From a technical perspective, it literally means that we are succeeding in ensuring that those people who are infected with HIV are put on life-saving treatment to prolong their life. However, if we need to ensure that we maintain an equilibrium, we have to eliminate new infection, because you cannot continue to put people on treatment